Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby, and today we are talking about how to use your imagination, faith versus fear. Before we start, I want to point out that if you are interested in dissolving your current limiting beliefs and manifesting whatever it is that you want in your life right now, and you want to work one-on-one with me to do that, go ahead and follow that link below and book a session. And if you want more exclusive content, more engagement, and more interaction from me, check out what I have to offer down there on the link for Patreon. So back to the video. How do you use your imagination, and how do we do it specifically, faith versus fear? What does this all mean? Well, for one, you have to understand that right now you are using your imagination. Whatever it is that your life looks like right now, you are using your imagination to create it. That could be towards what you're wanting, but that could also be towards basically creating the thing you don't want to happen. The etymology of the word is the faculty of the mind that forms and manipulates images. So basically, it could be your dreams, right? Whatever it is that you want to have, and you see your current life and it manipulates it just a little bit, and you're using your imagination to create that dream life or to potentially create the nightmare and thing you don't want to experience. So it's important for you to know right now, again, like I said, you are using your imagination right now. The reason I made this video is because so many people out there that I'm reading comments or interacting with, you want this thing in life. And that's the whole reason why I started this channel, is to help share what I learned about when I wanted something and the things that I did that actually moved me closer to it, and also share with the things I did that moved me further away from it. And one of them is starting to understand your imagination and the power of your mind. Now, when you start feeding it, basically, I'm going to give you an example in a little bit to show you a little bit more of what I'm talking about. But your imagination is so powerful. It's going to create your dreams and move you towards that, or it's going to create the nightmare life that you don't want to live. Realizing right now that you are already investing in one of those. It's either faith that you are building towards a thing, your dreams, or it's fear. Both of those require the same amount of imagination. You're both imagining, both the situations are using and manipulating things and situations and images and circumstances that you have towards creating it out of faith and creating it out of fear. So which one are you going to serve? And I really want you to ask yourself this, because again, going back to looking at comments and responding and engaging, I see so much of what I used to do. And obviously too, I'm a human being, so catching myself doing it still of, I really hope this thing doesn't happen, and allowing your mind to go down this rabbit hole. A lot of times when we use our imagination to create the thing we don't want, we have a lot of anxiety. And the anxiety is essentially the preoccupation with a threat. And the threat is based on our perception. And Neville Goddard said, whatever state that you hold, holds you. So if you're in a state, what you're thinking and you're feeling of fear, and I'll put the David Hawkins chart on here to show you that those lower level emotions, such as fear and worry and all those things on the lower end, that consciousness is lower. You don't feel good, right? And also too, your brain waves are the highest. So you're the most mentally disorganized, which means that also your heart and your brain, your heart coherence, aren't corresponding. Your heart actually sends more information neurologically to your brain. And when your brain's out of whack, your heart's not able to communicate it to it. So basically your intuition, the other things that you don't quite have words for, you're all out of whack. You're not able to actually be concise with yourself. So you're going to start creating out of worry and out of fear and out of the things you don't want. And it would be like putting on blurry glasses and then trying to drive. Clearly, I hope you don't do that, because the likelihood that you'll crash and end up in a situation that you don't want is high. So I have put together this incredibly complex example of what this means and really how powerful it is. So this glass of water, so fresh and clean, is going to represent your feelings. So your imagination, right? Water is a big representation of emotions, and emotions have a lot to do with your imagination. And we know that your body doesn't know the difference between a very vivid experience, right? So if you worry so intensely that this thing's going to happen, you're already in a state of stress. I believe human beings are the only ones who can actually create stress in their body simply out of worrying by their head, right? Whereas others, they might need a sound, or maybe they see something and they can get on guard. but humans are able to construct it all in the mind. So imagination here is represented by water, which water represents emotion. So basically, I've also taken the time to create these fancy labels, one being fear, and the other one being dreams, or the faith in these dreams. So basically every day, every moment, this moment right now, right, you're having the ability to choose between fear and between your dreams, the faith in your dreams. Which one? So say these are both empty right now, right? So if you're having the thoughts and feelings and you're using your imagination to visualize and feel in your body what it's going to feel like, who you're going to be, having those feelings already, because that amount of money, you don't want $100,000 to sit on or lay on or like Scrooge McDuck, like swim in, right? You want the feeling that's going to be associated with those resources, the feeling of security, the feeling of safety, the feeling of abundance, whatever it is for you. Now, in the other token, you're going to have fear. The fear that something's going to happen, right? The fear that it's not going to happen. Maybe you really want to be with this person. Obviously, too, in the law of attraction, law of assumption, there's a lot of specific person talk and desire. So you really want this person, you really want to be with this person, but you're afraid that something's going to happen to them. You're afraid that they're going to leave you. You're afraid that they don't feel the same way. So you're having thoughts and feelings that are in alignment with the fear, the nightmare, really, I should have put under here, the thing you don't want to experience. So in your imagination, are you visualizing and thinking about the thing that you don't want to happen? So in your body, it's actually stressed out as if that thing was happening, even though it hasn't, even though the situation is neutral. Are you putting your imagination in this cup? Well, if this is your imagination and the magnitude of what you can have every day, and you've already put this much in fear, nothing is in your dreams. This is the thing you want, right? So if you're over here thinking of your dreams like, man, I'm going to affirm that this person's with me. I'm going to affirm that this person's with me. But you're feeling the fear and you're only doing affirmations because you're feeling fear. You're actually using your imagination and pouring more and more and more and more into this cup. Well, what's happening with, you only have so many resources of energy and time in a day. So this is what's also representing how much time you have in a day. How much are you putting in this fear? How much is actually left over for your dreams? Oh, I'm starting to think about my dreams. Oh no, what if they leave me? What if that job doesn't work out? Oh, okay. Now I have successfully filled up my fear by the magic of television. I actually emptied out more of this water, if you were wondering what happened to it, to better illustrate what I'm talking about. So this is just full to the brim, almost spilling. All that imagination, all that worry, all those emotions in your body thinking that's under that stressful state, your body responding as if that thing was happening. You're actually living in the end of the fearful situation when you use your imagination and invest in this future fear situation, this nightmare, this undesired experience. So you're like, okay, and I'm going to affirm, and yep. So at the end of the day, if you did this over and over and over and over, and you've got this little amount in your dreams and this overfull to the brim, and you've spent this much more of your time living in the end of the fearful thing, using your imagination, now it's done. And then the next day you get another full version and you keep putting it in that fear. Realize that when I was pouring it, it was the same. Me pouring it in fear, me pouring it in the dreams and the faith that the dreams are going to come true. Same amount of effort, same imagination. My body's living a situation that it hasn't experienced yet. But what channel is it on? Is it on the thing I don't want, or is it on the thing I do want? It takes the same amount of effort. It takes the same amount of imagination. It's the same mechanism. One might feel harder, difficult. It's only unfamiliar. At first, your body might actually say, whoa, your amygdala is like, oh my God, threat. Nope, this feels unfamiliar. Get it out of here. We have not experienced this. It might be a danger. We've survived on all the fear and anxiety that we've lived up until now. Get this thing out of here. calming yourself, realizing, okay, my body's responding with a little bit of the stress because it's unknown. It's seeing the environment as a potential threat, and I've got to let my body know, no, this is actually safe. Me living in my dreams, me having the amount of money, me living in a secure relationship, that is safe. And you're going to reprogram it. You're going to have to start being comfortable in something that's unknown. That's all that's happening. You can label it difficult, you can label it hard, whatever it is, but my suggestion to you would be to simply label it what it is: unfamiliar, unknown, something you haven't practiced before. So it might be a little bit messy, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's only because you haven't practiced it. The more you do that, the more you take this energy at the beginning of the day and you start investing it in your dreams. Look how easy that's going to flow. And then, yeah, you might still have some fearful thoughts, but that ratio is going to shift. You're going to be spending more time in your dreams, using that imagination for building, living that existence and that reality in your body now. So then when it starts to be reflected back to you, because we know that your outside world is a manifestation, it's revealing to you what you believe to be true about yourself. The more that these dreams feel true and real for you, the more you will naturally be in that state, the thoughts and feelings that are in association with that existence. The more you do that, the more you will see the reflection of that dream reality, of your wish fulfilled experience right now for you, because you deserve it. So live it. Use your imagination toward your dreams and resist the urge to do the old thing and living it in the fear. The more you do that and you live in the life that you want now, the more that life will come to you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one.